bad then.
And here we go. How's it going, everybody? Thank you very much for joining us over here at In the Rack. If it sounds like I'm trying to be like a pirate or some crap like that, I'm not. Something's going on with my throat. And no, I haven't been sucking a whole bunch of ding dong. Although that probably can contribute, but I don't do that. Anyway. In the Rack, people, who do I got? I got Jake Bradley and I got Jimmy Allen. Introduce yourselves.
I'm Mr. Jake Bradley. You guys know me. You've seen me. You love me. If you hate me, I don't care. And next to me, I have...
Hi, I'm Jimmy. I'm the guy that shows up and
I'm Jimmy, is what he said.
doesn't do tech.
He's so funny.
Hi, I'm Tom.
All right, we're just going to jump into it. First and foremost, I want to say what's up to the people that are in the chat already. Hopefully you can hear me and it's not echoey because it's coming through those guys' thing. So let us know. It's more info than we need to. Thanks, Jim. Speaking of Jim, so Jim's on the chat with us. Welcome, Jim, from Bang Time Pool. Congratulations on your success. You keep on growing. That's super awesome. Let's see, who do we have? We also have Alan from Shark Attack. How's it going? Thanks, dedicated person, to showing up. So we're just going to jump into it because I think that we have a lot of stuff that we need to discuss. All right. Ooh. So the first topic that we're going to discuss is playing slow. Playing slow, people. Let me tell you about playing slow.
Don't do it.
Well, yeah, don't do it. But first, the reason why I bring that up, I understand that playing, especially at a competitive level, it takes some amount of focus and concentration that does take a little bit longer, right? But there is a point where it becomes almost offensive. Jake, what do you feel about that? And for those of you in the chat, feel free to let me know how you feel about that. Let's go.
Well, yeah, there's a certain point where your slow player is too slow, and I think that's honestly after about 30, 45 seconds, you know, and if it happens more than once, you should say, hey, man, you're slow playing here. It's pretty standard. We're not pros. We don't get extensions, but most of us, I think, even the lower players kind of know what they're going to do ahead of time. I get it that there's some hard shots out there that take a little extra time to think about, but at the end of the day, you still have an idea of what you're going to do before you do it. So yeah, over 45 seconds, multiple times, you need to be warned, not warmed.
Right on. I think, Jimmy, what do you think, man?
I think kind of the opposite. I think lower players don't really take their time. I think they kind of rush everything. I think it's like the mid-range players that are kind of slower. I sometimes play slower depending on how my opponent's playing, but...
No, we're talking like over 30, 45 seconds.
Yeah, that's
times.
too slow.
Yeah. Or like in, I think the instance that Dante's talking about, 4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Whoa. Yeah, it's excessive.
A minute, 2 minutes. I understand. Especially when it's a crucial shot, sure. But not every damn shot requires that much thinking. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're playing BCA. So, Jim, I apologize if you ever watch this show and you see that I'm talking about you. It's not because I don't like you as a person, and I have much respect for your game, but you need to speed it up. All right? It's one thing to be good, and you know what? Granted, you've come up a long way, and you're very methodical when you shoot. But remember, pool's a gentleman's game, and it's supposed to be fun for everybody. But if you take 2 or 3 minutes on a crucial shot, where every shot seems to be crucial, you're taking way too much time, bud. So let's speed it up. And then I actually, like, at the end of the match, I did 2 things. I went over to Doug who is the the BCA
League
operations, league operator. And I was like, hey Doug, is there a rule that is stated that, how long is too long? He was like, well, traditionally it's about like 45 seconds. I said, great. And then I said, would it be outside of my realm if I said something to the player? He said, no, by all means. So that's what I did. Shook his hand and I said, hey, you just, you need to speed it up a little bit because you're taking too long on shots. It's almost offensive. And he got pissed off at me for saying that. So it is my opinion. I'm within my, I guess I'm within my parameters to say something about it. So fuck you. Anyway, what do you? I'm sorry.
Fuck that guy, whoever that is. Fuck that guy.
That really irks me that you try to keep the game going and make it fun and interesting, and then you try to do the right thing by waiting until after the match so it wouldn't be considered sharking, and then they get offended. Like, we can't talk like bros.
That one shot though was really long. I mean, you had came up to me and asked me the same question you asked Doug, like, when is too long? We talked about it, and I'm like, hey, maybe talk to Doug. Guy's still thinking about it. You actually go over to Doug and ask him, and the guy's still thinking about this shot.
Absolutely.
It was a long time. I mean, we're not exaggerating when it was at least maybe 2 to 3 minutes. I mean, that's on the low side.
Yeah, that's on the low side. Jimmy, what do you think?
I wasn't there, but it sounds terrible and just excruciating. I wouldn't want to deal with that. I wouldn't say somebody mid-match. I would wait till afterwards too, though. That's a good call.
Right.
Makes sense.
Cry.
Well, some people
Just run over and swirl the balls all over the table and just take the L.
Now, this next topic is something that's near and dear to Jake's heart. Overturn call.
Yeah, this is a fun
Jake,
one.
what are we talking about here?
So we actually talked on it at one of the earlier episodes on if you don't mark your pocket and the other player shook your hand, the other team called the foul, if you guys remember this one, and our player who didn't mark the pocket was considered a loss. Well, we ran it up the board, and the powers that be said since that player shook your hand, it is considered a concession of game. So even though the player didn't mark the pocket, it was up to the original opponent to call foul, not the team. So that player still has to call a foul, even if the team said no, that was a foul. She has to agree to it. And since she didn't agree to it and she shook our player's hand, that constitutes a win of game for our player, even though she didn't mark the pocket. So I thought that was really cool.
That's good.
Yeah.
Now, do you think they overturned it because, I don't know, they wanted to keep everybody happy?
No. At least I would hope not.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, well, that actually would make me feel worse. I think they overturned it because of the actual situation. Now, say our player didn't mark the pocket, and they said, you didn't mark it, it's loss of game. That would be one thing. Okay, I get it. That's well within the rule book. But the opponent shook our player's hand, said good game, good win, walked away, and never called foul, and still agreed during that match and agreed to the league operator that, yeah, the other person won. We shook hands. And the league operator said, no, then you conceded game. So we got the win.
All right, cool. So for those of you out there, it's always good to inquire about something that you feel that might be wrong, because it seems like the ones who make the ultimate decision will always look at it fairly. So if you feel that you've been wrong, put in a petition. Don't get mad at the players, because the players really they don't know any better. But I was asked to take off my hat, but
he's been tanning.
unless I look up, it looks the same. So I'm gonna put my hat back on. Sorry, honey. All right. All right. Anything else for that? No? Cool.
I didn't even know that actually happened, so that's cool.
Yeah, no, it did. We talked to Gene, and he talked to the other player, and she told him exactly what happened that we told him happened, and he agreed that we should have won that. And I think he retroactively fixed it, so we have to double check on that.
So I wanted to pat myself in the back. I actually qualified at a city tournament on Sunday. That was super cool. Looks like Jimmy has a phone call during the show. That's cool. But anyway, I qualified. I played some good players. I played Ed. Was it Ed? Yeah, Ed. Ed. Shoot, I forgot.
Tuttle?
No.
Oh.
I
Sheeran?
would have made a whole show about
Only on
just me
that
beating Ed
one.
Tuttle, if that was the case.
Okay.
But no. Oh, Little Chris has joined us. He said congratulations on getting it overturned.
Thank you, Little Chris.
Thanks, Little Chris, for joining us. Qualified at From City, so like I said, I played some good people. It started with a 5, then I moved to a 7. Like I played a 7. Drew McMillan, very good shooter out of King County, and then I played Kanan Mullins for the finals. So that was exciting. So now all I gotta do is win the regional, and then I should be on my way to Vegas. Are you guys doing the qualifiers? What's going on?
No, we are not. Well, I'm not. I'm going to Vegas for the Moscone Cup, though. Not playing in it, obviously, because, they don't like me. I don't think it's something about the last name. I don't know. No, but we're going to go watch it. It's going to be a lot of fun. I think there's upwards of 30 of us coming from our division going to watch it. It's going to be a great time.
Right on. Speaking of the devil, Drew actually joins us.
There he is.
Hey,
Hello,
Drew. Wow. I feel like I should talk with like a southern draw so I could sound like a southern person that has
10 packs a day.
10 packs a day.
Let's just blame it on that.
Let's just blame it on that.
Yeah.
Morgan
Okay.
Freeman?
Morgan
doesn't
Freeman doesn't
sound like
talk
that.
like this. But anyway, if you're watching this, hey, if you are scared to go to a qualifier, you'll always be scared. You might as well just take one step in front of you and just go try it. Yeah, you'll get you'll start developing some experience, and you'll see what you're really made out of. So go to a qualifier. I know it's $20 a pop, at least for here in Pierce County, because I think in other areas they have like the Tri-City Cup or something like that. But it's only $20, and you only have to beat out 3 people in your board. So give it a shot. See where you're at. Don't be afraid.
I first met Dante at a qualifier, and I don't remember.
Yeah. And I was a 6 back then, and he was a 5. But I had seen him in passing because he shot in a different division than I did. But I always thought to myself, now there is a cat who is almost more focused than I am, and I hope that I would never have to like shoot against him. And lo and behold, the qualifier that I went to, I actually had to shoot against him in 9-ball, and yeah, it was interesting.
I don't remember it. Honestly, I'm sorry.
It was at
The right
the
spot.
right spot.
I
Yep.
remember that part.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to our next.
Also, may the right spot rest in peace.
Oh yeah, right
That's
spot.
a bummer.
Oh boy, no. All right. Guess what's coming up next?
I wasn't answering a phone call for the record. I was trying to listen to the stream audio like a tech guy,
Oh, nice.
but
Did I spell equipment right? Equipment.
Looks like it. All right.
Here we go. All right.
let's go.
Let's go. There we go. Equipment review.
Here we go.
Here we
I'm
go.
excited for this one.
All right. It's all you.
So I jump with a Predator Air Rush, and it jumps great. It really does jump awesome. But my friend has a Q-Tech Propel, and I honestly think that jumps better than the Air Rush, in my opinion, as far as the feedback feels, the ability to jump shorter shots seems a little bit easier with the Propel. So I decided to put the Tome 2.0 jump brake tip on my Air Rush, and honestly, it has been pretty fantastic. It's not quite as lively in feedback as much as the Propel does, but it's just as easy to jump short distances accurately and quickly. as the propel. So I didn't think this through, but I would advise it if you guys are hesitant. The Tome 2.0 jump brake tip is pretty awesome. I like the feel of it. It feels like it has a lot more grip than what it comes standard on the Air Rush. I can hit further back on the cue ball and not miss cue as much, and it's highly accurate. I recommend it. So yeah, super quick.
Does anybody out in the chat world have any questions for Jake about this particular jump cue?
Oh yeah, please ask me.
Absolutely.
We'll come back to it.
Yeah, we'll circle around.
We'll circle back.
Yeah, put a pin in it. We'll circle around and we'll talk about it. All right, we're moving right along. I like this.
We're moving quick.
That's all right.
A medium pace.
Yes.
You gotta
That's
rest.
it, though.
You gotta rest that voice.
It's 8:21, and I think we're on. This is definitely not as choppy as we usually make it to be.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but it seems more streamlined lately because the tech guy, who's really quiet tonight, we won't name names, has helped Dante a lot with feedback and getting this channel going quicker and faster and on time.
I love it. All right. Next up, joke time with Jimmy. Oops. There we go.
All right, you guys ready? What do you call a fake fish?
I don't know. What do you call a fake fish?
A decoy.
Oh my God. That is
You love
funny.
it.
You have kids?
All right. We're going to.
No,
That's
but
like
I joke like I have
I
kids.
don't know. I know we're gonna keep on doing the joke time with Jimmy, but he's definitely loving that joke. That's pretty funny. All right, like going to the.
Oh, my
chat
face is
room.
red. Look at my face.
I don't think enough time
It's not frozen, is it?
Air rush to get it yet. So I guess Drew has the air rush jump as well. So.
It's a fantastic jump cue by itself. It really is. I mean, I loved it. I just like the feel of that tome jump tip. It seems that you can. Everyone talks about feeling the feedback. I feel it better. I think I have more control with it. I like it.
I'm sorry, little Chris says crickets. I'm assuming
The joke.
it's because of the joke.
Why don't you find another one for me?
Oh
Nope.
my gosh,
One
Maybe
and
a
done.
PG-13 joke.
that is
Not
funny.
a PG.
He didn't say it had to be a good joke. He just said it had to be a joke.
Yeah. I'm glad you didn't have to ask me because all of my jokes are not appropriate anymore.
Thinking about that one all week.
Now, now this one is. Did I spell inappropriate?
Drew, on the Air 2,
Ooh.
honestly, if you're going to stick with the same tip, I think the Air 2 jumps a little bit better than the Air Rush, in my opinion, because I had the white Air 2 before I got the Rush.
So Jim from Bang Time is asking, is that the white tip?
No, the Tome 2.0 comes in 5 colors: white, black, green, red, and blue. I got the green one because they're out of the rest.
People, honestly, what does it matter on the color?
Yeah,
Oh,
why
I
does
don't
it
know.
come
I
in so
wanted
many
to
colors?
get the white tip because that way I can see if it's chopped or not.
Is it preferences?
I think so.
Drew says I can see switching to the Samaria.
Samsara.
Samsara.
Yeah, I've tried on one cue to jump with that, and it was a custom jump brake with a carbon fiber and the Samsara jump tip on it, and that has a lot of feedback to it and a lot of feel, but it does feel a little squishy to me, the Samsara.
Let me circle back to something that little Chris had just said, and I'm catching it in the chat right now. One of his entries says, this is straight out of the rule book, page 53. Only the player or the team captain may officially call a foul.
Yeah.
Although may suggest to the player or the team captain that a foul should be called.
Yeah. That's the one that Gene cited right there, only the player.
Before
And
you
if the
shake
player
their hand.
doesn't agree with the foul, then it stands moot.
But you said what transpired was the other player conceded by shaking the hand and saying it's done.
Yep.
And it's over. So all
Yeah.
negotiations are done.
Yep.
All right, justice has been served. Good shit. Thumbs up. Everybody, thumbs up. Yes. See, the color of the brake jump tip doesn't change the performance.
No.
Absolutely right, little Chris. They all are supposed to play the same. It's
Yes.
true.
I would recommend them, honestly. I've had a few jump cues and tried some different things, and this is probably my favorite tip so far.
All right, good deal.
My jump cue was stolen.
Sorry to hear that. I have a Venom trick shot jump cue.
I don't know why I find that funny, but I'm sorry. It happens often.
Damn you, Seattle.
Often.
Just don't
Yeah.
don't bring your shit to Tacoma.
Yeah, don't. He said it happened in Seattle, so
Well, I can see that too.
Don't go there either.
that's
Have
unfortunate.
you seen all the homeless in Seattle? They're moving here. No
Okay,
benefits.
so we're moving into the final topic that we're going to talk about, and then we're going to move into. We're going to let you guys have a chance to view our breaks and 9-ball. We're going to talk about it, and then you guys can talk about it, and maybe give us some suggestions so we can get better. So here's the last topic for us.
I would have tried harder.
Ooh. Inappropriate lingo. Can you, anybody out there or in here, think about certain things that we say that might be construed inappropriate?
Look at all those black shafts.
You said that so quickly.
That's because it happens like every week.
Oh my God. Alan says, yep, exactly. Little Chris, too. I jump break with a phenolic tip. Jim says, yep. I used to break with a phenolic tip, too. I think I still do.
That's what's on my break cue.
Most are.
It's pretty hard.
Yeah.
Pretty hard.
And it doesn't hold chalk at all.
Just keep in mind, this is coming from Little Chris. Just keep in mind, it's not only the player that can call a foul. The team can call it too. That's true. But I'll tell you this right now. If you're a team captain that calls foul and the other team captain doesn't agree with you, it is a shit show.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Shit show.
Shit show.
All right. So inappropriate. He says, "Look at all those black shafts." Yeah, I could see that. Saying that in the middle of a mall could be inappropriate. Big time.
There's a lot of money in those butts over there.
Money in those butts. I think if you look straight at a girl and said, "That is a deep pocket," might be construed as that her vajayjay might be too big.
Loose pocket.
Loose pocket.
Yeah,
Loose
we don't-
pockets.
Dirty balls.
Dirty balls. Yeah.
Mm.
Hey, you got dirty balls. You need to stroke it harder.
Just the tip.
Just the tip.
Yeah. Just
The usuals.
It's like they almost made pool just to be dirty.
it
Yeah.
is.
That's what it
you
feels
know-
like.
You know,
Nice rack.
It is super. Yeah. No good. Super no good.
Mhm.
Anybody else in the chat can think of a saying that we say or something of that matter that might be construed as inappropriate.
I could see in a couple. Never mind.
Drop a bomb on us.
What?
I'm telling them to in chat to
Oh.
drop a bomb on
I
us.
was like, what is wrong with you?
And-
Fucking commie.
An inappropriate lingo bomb. That's why I don't talk.
Pool super dirty, Alan says. Yes. Pool can be
Have you
super
seen your
dirty,
hand after you've done playing a match?
especially if you play over at Latitude 84.
Oh,
Their
God.
tables and balls are
Yeah, they are.
I am so sorry, Latitude. I love you guys, but take wipe them down one time, or
Just once.
or just like
Something.
do a
Get the little air can and just, I mean, minimum. A little air spray, CO2. Get some dust off.
yeah,
I mean,
there's that, and then there's
Barely.
there's vacuuming.
put a Roomba on there.
On the table.
Yeah.
That'd be funny. Yeah, super funny. Oh, I want to give a shout out to the guy that I met. I didn't meet. I just gotta tell you this.
The guy who gave him this weird voice.
Yeah. So me and Gwen went to Fred Meyer's, right, to go pick up some stuff. And there was this old dude who was like just half a TV hanging out of his Land Rover, right? And I looked at him at first, and usually when I make eye contact with somebody, there's that moment of oddity where you don't know if you should smile or nod your head, right? Because you don't know how they're going to take it. So I did a crooked smile and a head nod,
You do the weird
and
one.
I think I went down because I think if you go up like this, that means you guys are homies. But like if you go down,
It's like respect.
it's out of yeah.
Yeah.
And he smiled at me, and then Gwen said something like, "Do you need help?" Because he was just kind of looking there, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm trying to get it." Now he had to be in his 70s or something like that, 60s. So I go over and I help him bring the TV in, and he was so ecstatic that I was helping him that he pushed a little hard, and the edge of the TV box smashed me in the face.
Oh.
Yeah, but
Oh.
I laughed, right? But I helped him out, and then I was walking away, and you don't see this very often, but when you help out somebody, they offer you something. Like he offered us $10, and it's not like I took it.
You should have.
I mean, I took it, but I was like, no, don't give it. And I literally was trying to like get away from him, but he already pulled it out and handed it. So, guy at the Fred Meyer's parking lot, I appreciate you. Thank you for doing that. That was a decent thing to do. I paid it forward, so good for you.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Nice guy.
Super nice. All right, so let's go over to the break reviews. Look at this, 23 views. Oh,
I just want to put out there, I didn't know that we'd be getting judged on our break here. I thought I'd be talking about it, so this is going to be fun.
Okay, so check it out. If you guys play pool out there and you're just now joining us, we're gonna put ourselves out there, right? We're gonna let you guys judge our breaking and what you think would be suggestible. And we're gonna be able to talk throughout this. So here we go. Let's just, without further ado, let's just get in there and just do it up. Do it up big.
Get in there deep.
Get in there deep. See, there's that inappropriate talk again.
Oh yeah.
It's nice. All
It's
right.
just natural.
We're gonna go with Jake first. All right. So here's the first break.
Go for it.
That's the good one right there.
So I'm gonna
Is
go
it
ahead
good
and
that
Not
it's
bad break. I just don't do.
no, it's a good one. It's not that break.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, do you carry everything in your purse? Because,
Yes,
like,
I do.
Let's,
That was pretty soft.
yeah.
I
Let's
don't like putting effort into wearing out my muscles. If you can think of like the epitome of
Go
what
for
a
it.
bull would do, that's me. I like
Yeah.
to do nothing and then spurts of things.
Made
Is
a
it good?
couple.
But you know what? No, I mean, like,
Also, I
Go
play
for it.
primarily on 7-foot tables, and this break is killer on a 7-footer.
all right. So I'm just gonna say the positive about this particular break. Your cue ball is relatively in the center of the pocket, and it looks like you have a shot on the one.
That's
So-
my goal. Bank the wing ball,
That
have a
is
shot on
awesome.
the one.
But you know who? there's a comment in the chat that says the 3-point rule.
Yes, except the 3-point rule is satisfied if you make a ball in the break.
Ooh, really?
At least in BCA rules, it is.
Oh, I see. That's
good to know.
Yeah.
Apologies. All right, let's go on to the
Soft but
second.
nice, Alan says.
So here's the second. We each took 5 times to break.
My throat is
at our
really
different
shallow. Go
spots.
It's like
I
a
think
girl
that one
having
was a
small
little more
hands.
aggressive.
Yeah, I hit off to the side of the one ball, not square.
It's a good angle though. I like that angle.
My throat is really shallow. Go
It's a
ahead.
good break because a lot of times, if you don't get
It's like a
that
girl
one
having small
above,
hands.
you see how it goes right below that side pocket, and as long as it doesn't hit anything on the way up table, it goes towards the top of the pocket next to where I was breaking from.
Got some movement on the 9 too.
One more time.
My throat
Jim from Bang Time
is really
says not
shallow.
true.
Go ahead.
I believe it is in the BCA rulebook if you make a ball on the break because they've never called that on me.
Okay.
And I don't have the rules in front of me.
There's a rule in EPA about soft breaking.
No, there isn't.
Yeah, there is.
I don't soft break in APA because we don't usually use the magic.
You know who would know? Chris, is there a rule about soft breaking in APA?
Yeah, it basically just says if your opponent's soft breaking, then they can be reported.
Benkind
I don't know
says, how can it be a 3-point rule with one down? That's not 3 points.
Legal break shot. The rules governing the break shot are the same as for other shots, except the breaker must strike the one ball first and either pocket a ball or drive at least 4 numbered balls to the rail. B. If the cue ball is pocketed or driven off the table or the requirements of the opening break are not met, it is a foul, and the incoming player has cue ball in hand anywhere on the table. C. If on the break shot the breaker causes an object ball to jump off the table, it is a foul, and the incoming player has cue ball in hand anywhere on the table. The object ball is not spotted. So 4 balls to the rail, no 3-point rule. This is straight from billiards.com, official BCA 9-ball rules.
I see. All right.
Spicy.
Oh no, I remember reading them.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
I mean,
change up my break.
yeah. You don't want to purposely be breaking the rules. Somebody will call you on it.
Yeah. See, that's the break I prefer to do. See where I got? Well, not actually that one. The first one was a better break. That one I hit a little bit harder. I think it's the last one that I do. I like.
Yeah, that's essentially what I read too, Alan. You have to break as hard as you can, controlling it.
That's break rules, not 3-point rules. What 3-point rules then, Jim? Like.
All right, go ahead.
Like foul? Sorry, I guess I'm not following. I've had a tough couple of days of not understanding people, so.
That's
All right, go ahead.
Yeah.
for you.
Self-awareness. A little more clustered on that one, but looks.
Also, I
looks
can't
good
see
still.
the balls because I'm not wearing my glasses in that.
And here's your 5th break.
This is the one I
Go
like the
for
most,
it.
I think. This is what I'm typically going for. I got a good stop right in the middle of the table there. Nope, not that one. Slide.
It was the first one.
It was the first
It
one.
was the first one.
He
but
played
you-
them out of order.
but you-
Sorry, guys.
You definitely had a good spread.
Go for
though.
it.
That's a lot better spread than most.
It also is a magic rack that helps a lot.
Yeah.
But I was racking the balls,
Don't
and
let Jimmy
I
rack
rack
for you.
like shit apparently. So
Yeah. All right.
don't let me rack for you.
I don't know.
Let's get
You always have to have an excuse, right, guys?
All right, we're gonna go over to the Jimmy's breaks. Here we go.
Quick rules.
Go ahead.
So the ball's down, and in the kitchen equals 3. Now, I understand that, but it's not a 3-point rule in our BCA out
Yeah,
here.
that one wasn't.
That ball just did not move.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, it did. No, it didn't.
Okay, so
Somebody sent a link.
Yeah, that
so
one
how do I
wasn't.
stop this from happening? Go to the channel, print messages, report.
Report. Porn.
Oh yeah, literally.
Right where?
Oh, one right below it. Yeah. Get that out of here. We need mods now? You're so popular, you need mods.
What are those?
A moderator to watch your chat and delete that stuff.
Oh wow.
It's kind of like a tech guy, but they just do everything for the chat.
It's kind of like a tech guy. If you guys weren't paying attention, I just got a message from one of those porn places or whatnot. We don't want that kind of situation.
Yeah, get out of here.
Yeah.
If you're not going to
Go
sit
for
here and
it.
watch the channel, get out.
Yeah. Trolls want to send dating sites.
They want to send dating sites because we're sitting here watching pool. They're like, these guys need somebody.
Yeah,
They heard all our inappropriate comments earlier and they said we needed some help.
That's dumb. Fuck 'em.
All right.
All right, let's go to Jimmy's 3rd break.
Third
Go
break.
ahead.
He definitely smiles. When
He has a great one in here. I think he makes like 4 or 5 balls somewhere.
This might be
This
it.
might
right
be it.
here.
Yeah, this is a pretty decent one.
No, that's not the one that we're talking about.
Oh,
That's
no,
still a
it's
good
not.
break, though.
That was a good
Still
one.
great
That
break.
wasn't the one, though. They look good from here. They
Jim
don't.
says he's made it. He has spam. That's awesome.
It's
The
also-
algorithm is letting me down, Jim. They're sending pornography my way. All right.
And it's free.
And it's free. All All right, here's the one that I think is his best. Look at that. Look at that.
Is it that one? Oh yeah, it
Look
is
at
that one. Look, great shot on the 2 ball, 2, 5, 6.
5 balls on the table. That
And the
means
cue
4
ball in the middle.
balls went down.
It bounced off a rail first, but the cue ball still made it to the
One more
middle.
time. You should be happy about this one. 4 balls went down.
I'm pretty stoked.
Look at that. Awesome. It's a good break.
I might even be able to run that. Maybe.
Let's be serious.
I wouldn't.
You never know.
I'm joking. He's actually on my 9-ball team, so I can say that. I'm his team captain.
I'm the lowest rated on his 9-ball team.
Shark Attack approves of that break. Hey, if you guys are out there and you have some suggestions, we also would love for you guys to send me a video of your breaking, and we could probably play it on here, and we can compare. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my.
I just want to put out there that little Chris is just going to put a link to his site on there.
I know. I hope I don't get in trouble for this, but that's my email. If you want to send
All right.
me your video,
Or an inbound to Dante's email now.
motherfucker, I bet you anything that's. Anyway, that was his 5th. Now we're gonna go on to mine. So this is right down the middle.
Almost got the 9.
I would say my break is a little bit harder than all of these.
Yeah, I do have a hard break. I just don't use it a lot.
And for some reason, I was told I broke 5 times, but I only have 4 videos, so
Well,
I got gypped.
I went to Bethel.
Let's go with a 9-ball. And Jimmy was, bless his heart, he was trying to get all the angles.
I just saw you moving around, so I copied you. I think this is the best angle to watch a break, though.
Yeah.
The angles aren't really all that great.
I'm gonna do it one more time. What do you think?
Look
What do you
good,
guys
though.
think about coming down the center of the table?
I don't like it. The only reason, I mean, it's not a bad break. If you have a really hard break to it, it can work out. But what I've seen a lot is if you hit that 9 with the back ball and it goes up table, and you don't make the 9, and you don't make any other balls on the break, usually there's a pretty decent 1-9 combo somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Usually, I mean, not every single time, obviously, but I've seen it more often than not that I don't want to risk it.
Absolutely. That's a good point.
Yeah, see right there?
Little hoppy hop.
Oh wait, I'm going in out of order here. My
Yeah.
bad. My bad.
That
We're going.
looked familiar.
We're gonna go to 2. There we go. Now this is 2 diamonds up, 1 diamond over.
Not like that, though.
That produces a scratch.
So is that because you hit it with top? What
I don't
causes
think he
it
hit
in that
square.
situation?
It looked like he hit just a
Yeah,
little
off
bit
to the
off
side?
to the ball.
Well, let's look at it again. That's a
Yeah.
good point.
Let's
If he
analyze.
hit square, it would have came back. But watch how it goes towards that other side pocket. See?
Okay.
Shouldn't do that.
It just shot right over there. I've been doing that a lot lately. Not last week, but the last
Yeah.
couple of weeks. Scratching on the break. And it's pissing me
One
off.
thing that I kind of like to do, and I don't know if it's...
You said it's pissing me off.
I look at a spot on the rail to aim at that's through the head ball. That's what I do. It seems to work for me. And then if I'm going to put a lot of power on it, I actually aim a little bit off the ball on the same side of the rack that I'm breaking from. Does that make sense? Because I'll twist through it.
My only friend.
And here's the second ball, second diamond, the go-to.
That 1-9. They're playing with each other.
I mean, I think I satisfy the three
my friend.
ball rule.
Oh, for sure. Good chow.
And I'm not, you know what, on that break, I'm actually not hitting as hard as I don't hit it very hard on that.
You know who had a really strong break?
Who?
Tyler.
Staffer?
Yeah.
Of course he does.
Yeah, he put some fucking power into that thing.
Yeah, big time. guess we can take our topic. Well, well, this is what happens when you have a well-oiled show and dedicated followers. If you haven't done so, if you're new to this channel and you hung out with us for a little bit, hopefully you laughed a little bit with the joke with Jimmy.
And if you didn't, unsubscribe. No, I'm just kidding.
A very good product review by Jake Bradley on the Air Jump, right? The Revo Air Jump Q with the many different color tips. That's always, useful. And then just different stuff that happened throughout the week. I'm sorry again to share my opinion about slow play, but honestly, think about this. Can slow play also be a form of sharking to take out some of these momentum and groove? So, I mean, think about that too.
Definitely.
I want to thank everybody who's joined us, everybody who we've talked to on the stream and in the chat. Colin, thanks for being there. Jim, thanks for being there. Gwen was on here not too long ago.
And little Chris.
Sad to see, and little Chris. Thank you, little Chris, for joining. Sad to see that we didn't see our friend Dana on here. So hopefully he's doing all right. Join us next week where it's going to be more fun and excitement. We're going to come up with some other stuff to talk about. And we haven't had a green night in a while, so we're going to play a game. If you're interested in doing stuff like that, it's going to be pool related. If that game is not pool related, the other stuff that we're going to be talking about is going to be pool related. So bear with us. We're trying to get better. As you can see, less oofs this time.
Yeah.
So that should be fun. And if you're shooting out there, remember to be nice to each other on the table. All right, there's always other games to play.
After Jim, fuck you. Just be nice to each other, but fuck you.
All right.
Just don't do it to their faces.
Yeah.
Jimmy, what do you got?
I've had a good time this time. I like how smooth everything
I
went.
didn't have a good time
last
I
night.
had a good time. Is that what you said?
That's what I said. Last week was stressful.
Yeah.
This week is great.
Last week, I actually let him set everything up and whatnot. And so he was going back and forth and whatnot and making sure that the sound was getting picked up. And we were trying to remotely get the cameras that was in a different room set up correctly for the sound. And he was going back and forth. Bless his soul. He did a good job.
Okay.
Don't save to the cloud.
Yeah, don't say to the cloud.
It doesn't always transfer, and then you lose all your stuff.
Jake,
Yeah.
what did you find out on your research about the pocket sizes? You said something about pocket sizes, and you said that you did some research on it.
Oh, yeah. So on the match that I played against Dana, I originally thought that your pockets were 5.5, and I was actually they're more 5-inch pockets. And then when we put the pocket reducers on there, they reduced them by 30%. I did the math that put it to 3.5-inch pockets that I was playing on.
Wow,
So that was fun.
awesome.
Yeah.
Not loose pockets.
Yeah, so great, awesome stuff. Jake, you didn't say thank you to your wife or anything?
Yeah, thanks to my wife. Thanks to you guys. Thanks to all you guys watching the show. I think we're getting the groove down, and sooner or later, this is going to be an incredibly well-oiled show, and we'll have good content, which I think we do. It'll just be a little bit more smooth, is all.
Yeah, we want to
Yeah.
be smooth.
Silky smooth.
Yeah,
Silky
silky smooth.
Guys, if you guys are aiming to do better in pool, get out there and practice. Those of you who have a APA number that starts with 1 or 2, you should be a 6 or a 7. Just saying. That's my opinion. You can hate me if you want. But if you're in the triple digits and you're only a 3, get it together. And that's my opinion. You should be one of the mentors, getting everybody else ready. And if you're boasting about it, oh my gosh. That's just me though. Don't be mad at me. Be good to each other. And like I always say, hope to see you on the table. We're going to get it right. Somebody behind me should say, and on the show. And now that Jimmy's here,
It's going to have to be him.
it's good.
And on the show.
Yeah. Well, all right. I guess wow, we actually had a good show. We don't know how to end it.
Yeah.
But that's okay. You guys have a good night, and we'll see you next week. Next week, we're going to have game night. Be prepared. Bring
And I
your
could tell you about the
friends.
origins of Halloween.
Finger guns.
And we might actually have, well, actually, I'm just going to, spoiler alert, the game is something that you can win. So, gift card wise. So, like, if you participate, you have a chance to win a gift card. So, join us next week. And that's not baiting. No, it's not baiting. It's a
You're
promise.
baited.
So,
It's not a bribe.
yeah, or a bribe.